This is a demonstration of SUPCO's new Vacuum Sentry VG640T digital vacuum gauge. Evacuating moisture from a cooling system requires an accurate and reliable vacuum gauge. There are many good ones available. SUPCO's VG64 has built a reputation as one of the most accurate and reliable gauges in the HVAC and refrigeration industry. But the change in refrigerants during the past decade requires longer evacuation times, sometimes more than an hour. The contractor must stay close by the system evacuation, thereby losing valuable time to perform other tasks. SUPCO's Vacuum Sentry, the VG640T, with its R100 remote receiver, gets that time back for the contractor. It allows the contractor to set high and low micron thresholds on the gauge, then leave the area with the R100 remote receiver for up to 400 feet away. Once the threshold is reached, the VG640T will call the R100, alerting the contractor that the job is complete. Now, once the contractor has removed the unit from its included soft carrying case, they'll turn the VG640T on by depressing the on-off switch. Notice that while the unit is self-calibrating on startup, it reminds the user of the previously set low threshold, 200 for this example. Also notice that the high threshold was off. The unit will always turn off the high threshold when powered off to prevent nuisance alarms when the gauge is powered on the next time. When any button is depressed, the bright green backlight makes the LCD easy to read in any light. The R100, with its integrated belt clip, can be powered on anytime after the VG640T is on, simply by sliding the switch to the on position. Communication with the VG640T is confirmed by a periodically flashing green LED on the R100. To set high and low thresholds on the VG640T, start by pressing the set button. Notice in the bottom right hand corner, the display enunciates Set Alarm Low. Change the low threshold by using the orange up and down arrow keys. Now let's set the low threshold to 220 microns for this demonstration. Now press the set button again. Notice that the display now changes to Set Alarm High, and it's in the off position. Change the high threshold by using the orange up and down arrow keys again. Notice that the VG640T will not allow the user to set a high threshold lower than a low threshold. That eliminates the potential for making mistakes in setting a high threshold lower than a low threshold. For the purposes of this demonstration, let's set the high threshold to 250 microns. Now, the application for using a high threshold can be after the job is complete, the contractor wants to check the system for leaks. Indication of a system leak would be a rise in the micron levels previously reached during the evacuation or the installation. Now, once set is pressed again, both the high and low thresholds will be locked in. For this demonstration, notice that we're not connected to a system, and therefore, once locked in, we'll be in a high alarm condition. When the R100 receives the signal for an alarm condition, it vibrates, the green LED goes to red, and an 85 decibel audible alarm sounds. The audible alarm can be muted by sliding the switch to the middle position, or you could just turn the receiver off altogether. Notice now that the VG640T is still in an alarm condition, indicated by the 85 decibel audible alarm and a red flashing display. Press the mute button to silence the alarm, but the display still flashes red until the contractor resets the alarm condition. Press set twice to get to the high alarm setting. Use the arrow keys once again to turn the threshold to the off position, and that will end the alarm condition. SUPCO's new Vacuum Sentry, guarding the system evacuation so you don't have to.